You've got mail.
Do you remember the 90s?
Come on, Uncle Phil, this is the 90s, man.
Man, it's the 90s. It's hammer time. Come on.
It's the 90s, remember? Microchips, microwaves, faxes, airphones.
Ma, it's the 90s. You can call it what it is.
Yada, yada, yada.
I can be anything I want to be. It's the 90s.
What, are you nuts? This is the 90s. We're gonna sue you.
Wake up and smell the 90s.
Superior Court of California, County of Los Angeles, in the matter of the people of the state of California versus Orenthal James Simpson, case number BA097211. We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant Orenthal James Simpson not guilty of the crime of murder in violation of Penal Code Section 187A, a felony upon Nicole Brown Simpson, a human being, as charged in count 1 of the information.
What is it?
We were going to get here eventually.
We sure were.
From the people that brought you the AIDS podcast, now the O.J. Simpson trial. Ratings bonanza. It was a ratings bonanza.
It was a ratings bonanza. And so here's the caveat.
So I'm correct.
Yes, we are talking about O.J. Simpson.
On.
Dave and Cheryl.
And the 90s.
Yeah, we're going to talk about O.J. Simpson. We are not going to talk exclusively about the O.J. Simpson trial. We are going to talk about O.J. Simpson in the 90s.
Okay.
Now, it was fully dominated by the trial, and we will talk about the trial and the people involved with the trial and the various memeable events from the trial. However, disclaimer, we are not here to give you accurate information, and we don't have strong opinions. I mean, we might share opinions, but like, this is not science. This is not journalism. This is just how we experienced the O.J. Simpson trial when we were like 15. What do you know about Mr. O.J. Simpson prior to the 90s?
All right, prior to the 90s, the only thing, my first introduction to O.J. Simpson, or the Juice, as he's known to his friends, is his inclusion in the Naked Gun.
Okay, yep. So
all 3 of them, Naked Gun 2, and 3.
Which were movies.
They were movies.
Yes, in 1988, 1991, and 1994. So there was an original and 2 sequels. Prior to that...
Nordberg was his name.
Do you know how he originally became famous?
He was a college football player.
He was a college football player and won the Heisman Trophy.
Yeah. Is that what you mean?
That is what I mean. That's what I mean. I mean, he's...
I'll add the ding in post.
Ding! Yeah. He's not originally an actor. And I think you can tell when watching those films. However, he did also have a small role in Roots.
I did not know that. I knew he was in, I think, Capricorn 1 or Capricorn some number. It's like he played an astronaut, like a space.
But he was also in The Klansman.
You know what? Keep going. You beat me on this. I thought I was the movie guy.
He was considered for The Terminator.
During a conversation, it became clear that no one was really hooked to O.J. Simpson playing Terminator because he could not be sold as a killing machine. Yeah.
So that's like Hollywood legend, that was one of the original thoughts.
Okay. Well, let me give you a little bit
AI can fix that any day now.
Sure. I can give you a little bit of an overview. Orenthal James Simpson, as we heard in the clip, was born July 9th, 1947, also known by his nickname.
The Juice.
Correct, because of the connection to O.J.
That's right.
He was an American professional football player, actor, and media personality. He was in the NFL for 11 seasons, mostly with... You don't know.
No, no. Thank you for saving me on that one, please.
Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
He played most of those. And then, of course, any success that he had was overshadowed by the murder trial of his wife and his wife's friend.
He had not been relevant in sports for a long time before that. He was basically known as an entertainer at that point.
Oh,
like
yeah,
host
for
and
sure.
Entertainer.
He also did...
And this is Tree Sweet, the orange juice I grew up on. It's rich in natural energy, and the kids, they like to taste the Tree Sweet because it's always naturally sweet. As sweet as an orange right from the tree, right? Yes, sir.
So that was Tree Sweet.
Seems a little on the nose when you
It does.
The first pass on what would be the product for OJ to advertise.
Orange juice. Do you happen to remember the company that he's most well known for being a spokesperson for?
It's the one where he's running through the airport.
Yes.
And I don't remember the name. I know the commercial. It's a brilliant commercial. It's like one of the most famous.
Do you know what category? Like what kind of business?
Is it delivery? Or
No.
American Express?
No.
No? Okay.
Why did Hertz invent #1 Club Gold service? To beat the rush hour. See, every plane and everybody seems to land at once. But with Gold service, there's no stopping at the counters and no paperwork. To Hertz, the rest of the day is a piece of cake.
His progression seemed to be a football player, a spokesperson, personality actor.
I mean, his personality, at least in the public eye, was very charming.
Oh, for sure, yeah. There's not that much that's interesting or notable, specifically in the 90s prior to the trial. The trial did happen early in the decade. Do you know what year it happened?
93. No, it wouldn't be 93. 96 was when the verdict came out. So 94?
Yes. Shortly after midnight on June 13th, 1994, Nicole Brown and her friend Ron Goldman were found stabbed to death in the courtyard outside Brown's condo in the Brentwood neighborhood of Los Angeles. Do you know the significant meandering event that happened after that?
Oh, the Bronco chase?
Yes.
Yeah.
The very, very famous low-speed car chase.
Roughly 18 police cars picking up Simpson's trail as he and another man, Al Cowling, rode along a Los Angeles freeway in that white Ford Bronco that you see in the center of the screen and that you see now turning into the driveway of O.J. Simpson's home.
The O.J. low-speed pursuit was at the same time as the 1994 NBA Finals. And they literally minimized the NBA Finals and put it in the bottom corner of the screen so that people could watch a white car drive slowly down a highway, followed by many police cars.
Okay.
So yeah, they did all kinds of stuff to get people off the roads. They closed roads. They pursued him very, very slowly. He was not driving. It was his friend who was driving. Here is the end of the chase.
If you've been watching television over the past couple of hours, you've been watching the search for O.J. Simpson. And that search ended tonight under the eye of the camera outside his own front door in Brentwood, that section of Los Angeles where he lives, surrounded by police, by helicopters, and by reporters. We are told that Simpson surrendered to police just a few minutes ago. We are told he gave up after a long, tense standoff.
So you know Nicole Brown was his second wife.
Yes.
His first wife, he had a couple children with, and they're significantly older. And with Nicole Brown, they had two children. Sydney, a girl who was born in 1985, and Justin, who was born in 1988. So they were really little when this happened. Like, their mother was killed when they were like 6 and 9. So this is kind of horrifying. And then their entire public life was put on display. And their father was the one who was in trouble.
I remember that was part of the thing that was, upsetting in the sense that he still played the fathers of these children, and you would see him hanging out or being supervising his children constantly when people were just like, this guy killed his wife. Allegedly.
So 95 million people watched the OJ. I mean, it was on every station, so it was like a cumulative. It's not like CBC had the exclusive.
Well, I never put together really the whole thing that there was really an association between the sports icon and during a sports show. I know they interrupted it, but I mean, that audience
would care.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They would
Not the
care
same sport, but
more
yeah, they
than
would
anyone
care.
about this. They would know about O.J. Simpson. So
I mean, my 40-something-year-old mother cared about it. She was watching. I don't think she's ever watched a football game, and she was watching this slow-moving pursuit through Los Angeles.
But the context for this is that in the 90s, specifically in Los Angeles, they would broadcast police chases.
They still do.
They still do.
Yeah.
But this was a thing. So the reason why they were so ready to cover this and to have all of this coverage, they had a cell phone from the truck, I believe.
This is AC. I have OJ in the car. Okay, where are you? Please, I'm coming up the 5 freeway. Okay. Right now we are okay, but you gotta tell this man to just back off. He's still alive, and he got a gun to his head.
Yeah, they were trying to, I think, negotiate because he was suicidal.
Yes.
Yeah. So now we get to the trial. The trial ran from January until October 1995. So it was the longest trial in California history, which is wild. The jury is sequestered for guess how many days?
Oh, geez. Math.
January to October.
Oh, more 10 months, maybe? Yeah. No, just give me the math. I'm not
266 days.
You know what? All of them got very lucrative book deals afterwards and interview.
Yes. Now,
interview deals.
Can you name some of his defense team?
Johnny Cochran.
Yep.
And the Kardashians' father.
Yep, Robert Kardashian.
That's all I got.
Robert Shapiro.
Shapiro, yep.
F. Lee Bailey, and Alan Dershowitz. Now, here's a fun fact that I did not know about, but I think is hysterically funny.
Getting important legal documents doesn't have to be expensive or time-consuming. I'm Robert Shapiro, and I created LegalZoom.com with that promise.
Wills, incorporation, living trust, and more in 3 easy steps.
Did you know Robert Shapiro owns LegalZoom?
I did not. Was this something that he banked on after from the publicity of this?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Definitely. I mean, I don't think those sorts of things existed in the earlier 90s.
LegalZoom was a web thing, yes.
Yeah. So LegalZoom is like a company that lets you do sort of minor legal things for like $69.
Like wills.
Yeah, wills but like simple things for sort of normal people. And Robert Kardashian, of course, is the father of
Kim Kardashian,
Khloe, Rob, his son, and he was married to Kris Kardashian for many years. But they were divorced long before. Not long before, a couple years before the trial. And Kris Kardashian was good friends with Nicole Brown.
You know, my mom was extremely vocal on her feelings. You know, she was believed that, you know, her friend was murdered by him, and that was really traumatizing for her. And then we'd go to my dad's house, and it was a whole other situation there. And it would be like Johnny Cochran, Bob Shapiro, my dad, like the whole team.
Johnny Cochran, he of this famous moment, which is iconic and so must be included.
It's still O.J. Simpson. It's no disguise. It's no disguise. It makes no sense. It doesn't fit. If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
Yeah.
And what is he talking about when he says that?
So yeah, the beginning of that clip, which I'm sure you'll cut out anyway because there's no audio to it, is OJ putting on the bloody glove, the infamous
glove, yep.
bloody glove that was found at the scene, and he tried it on in court. However, he put it on over a latex glove because it was evidence.
Evidence, yeah.
And I have read that OJ was a sufferer of arthritis in his hands, and he stopped taking his medication before that event to make it more difficult.
If you watch him putting on that glove, there's a lot of
fake grimacing.
Yeah, a lot of struggling.
Yeah.
It's like someone trying to make a sandwich in one of those infomercials.
Yes.
You know, it's so hard to make a sandwich without this machine.
Yeah.
Boing.
Yeah, it might have been his best acting ever, which really doesn't say that much, but like he's really trying. So this case was very covered in pop culture. So I think this is pretty funny.
Have her try on the bra, see if it fits.
No.
Do it, Jackie. Stan's the man. Stan? Who the hell
So on Seinfeld, they have a reoccurring character based on Johnny Cochran named Jackie Childs. And this is the scene.
Ms. Mishke, try on the bra. This court will come to order. Go ahead, Miss Mischke.
And this is a scene about a woman wearing just a bra instead of a shirt, and so she's trying on the bra during the case.
It doesn't fit. I can't put it on.
Damn fools! Look at that! We got nothing now. Nothing. I've been practicing law for 25 years. You listening to a caddy?
So he's a representation of Johnny Cochran, but he's on the other side of the case. He's not the one who...
I have always wondered what that was because I've seen Seinfeld just on every once in a while, and there's this guy who looks exactly like Johnny Cochran on the show. Okay.
It's him. And he appears in a couple different episodes, mostly related to Kramer and his shenanigans.
Yeah, I'm sure he needs a lawyer.
He does need a lawyer periodically. So, do you know the names of the prosecution for the state of California?
No.
You should know one of them.
I should.
The woman?
I don't remember her off the top of my head. It's been a long time since I watched that.
So, yes. So her name is Marcia Clark.
Marcia Clark.
And then the gentleman that worked with him was Christopher Darden. And Marcia Clark was going through her own issues in life during this circumstance. She was going through a divorce. And there was at least one point when she objected to some sort of extension because she's like, I just need to go home and see my children. Because she's working like 80-hour weeks going through a divorce during this thing.
Which I'm sure as a woman, she probably was chastised for.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of being a woman, what else was she chastised for?
Her appearance.
That's right. What specifically?
Her hair?
Yes. The woman came at the very beginning of the trial with sort of longish, curly hair. Then part of the way through, she cut it shorter. And then later in the trial, I mean, it was 10, 11 months that this trial went on.
I remember there was an evolution of
There was
the
an
hair.
evolution. And then she got her hair straightened, and that was sort of deemed acceptable and professional, which is crazy that women have to be a specific kind of way in order to be professional. Because you dudes all dress the same every single day, and you're fine. You're not disagreeing.
I plead the fifth.
Yes. So, yeah, she was criticized quite a bit for her appearance, and that must have just been a giant distraction. Demoralizing.
To say the least.
Yeah. Do you remember the name of the judge?
Judge Ito.
Yes. So the nighttime shows, the late night shows went crazy for this trial. There were so many jokes, so many clips, so many
Well, I mean, it was something that happened every day.
Every
day
single
was a
day.
new thing, so
Because
it's
it
perfect
was-
for late night
Yeah,
monologues.
because it was on every single day, and we saw. And I don't think we touched on this at all. It was on TV, like a soap opera, every day for hours on end. Like you could sit and watch it while like cleaning your house or like doing your nails or like anything. It would go on for hours. It was
big ratings, is what it was.
It was big ratings on Court TV, which was like kind of a newish cable channel.
It made Court TV.
Yeah, effectively. But I think it was probably the first case of its kind, and that's why it was called
The Trial of the Century?
Correct. Yes. So it was the trial of the century. But here is the Dancing Itos. Let me describe what we're seeing. 6 Asian men wearing multicolored biker shorts and judge robes. And then taking them off and dancing. And you'll use this clip.
Judge Ito also had an amazing beard.
He did have a good beard,
Salt
yeah.
and pepper beard.
He was very distinctive looking, and so on the Tonight Show with Jay Leno, they had the Dancing Itos. Can you think of any significant witnesses that you remember?
I know of the one and everyone knows is Kato Kalin.
Kato Kalin, yeah, I forgot his name.
He lived on the grounds of their home in the guest house outside.
He was called the
detached
most
guest house.
famous guest house ever.
And he was like a living Pauly Shore.
Yeah, he was like a stoner dude,
Yeah.
and he was represented like that in the miniseries.
He was like a
that we
struggling
watched.
actor, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And I don't think ever did really anything else either. Do you remember the racist police officer?
No.
His name's Mark Furman.
It's not like you're really listening to their words, because you key on what's the truth and what is. first thing, anything out of a mouth for the first 5 or 6 sentences is a book lied.
So he was one of the police officers that did investigation for the, for the crime. And then there were.
Did he not find the glove?
Maybe. I don't know specifically.
Yeah, I think he was something.
Let's say he did. Nobody's going to check.
I'm going to say that he had something to do with finding key evidence, and that was one of the reasons why people were speculated that this racist cop could have planted this.
Planted it, yeah. So that was basically what they were saying, is that based on these found audio clips that you will have to bleep, because I cannot have that word in my podcast.
Yeah.
That, he hated black people so much that he would frame the most, famous and popular one. Although how he would know that his wife was going to die, that seems... Anyway, I don't know how people think people frame people, but whatever. Oh, do you remember the Bruno Magli shoes?
No.
So Bruno Magli is apparently some, rich people shoe company that I'd never heard of.
Those were just words coming out of your mouth right now. I'm not rich enough to understand that.
No, I think it's a man's name, Bruno Magli.
Okay.
And because there were specific footprints in
the footprints were a big thing with the shoes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And there were interviews with him talking about how he would never wear those shoes because they're hideous, they're ugly, they're beneath me, blah blah blah. And I don't know, but there was a whole big thing with Bruno Magli, these shoes. So that was one of the things that I remember specifically about that, because I was like, I'm 15. I thought I really did, was in on all of fashion and knew what was going on.
Apparently not what was popular with middle-aged black men.
Rich
black men.
Yes. I was not a...
A young Canadian teenage girl wouldn't probably be down with O.J. Simpson's wardrobe choices.
No. So we already listened to the verdict. Around 100 to 150 million people tuned in to watch or listen to the verdict announcement. It was that big a deal. Like you said, they brought, I was not in this country, so I wasn't even counted in that 150 million. We watched it in Canada too. And they I was in history class, I remember specifically, and they rolled in the TV, the big square TV.
The TV cart, yep.
Yep. And we all watched. Now here, this is interesting. So Oprah did an audience reaction episode where they recorded their audience reacting to the verdict.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It is shortly before noon Chicago time, and history is in the making. By the time you all see this, you will already know the O.J. verdict. But we, just like the rest of the country, are waiting to hear it live for the very first time.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Orenthal James Simpson, not guilty of the crime of murder in violation of Penal Code Section 187A, a felony upon Nicole Brown Simpson, a human being, as charged in count 1 of the information.
So that clip basically shows the racial response to the verdict. The black women in the audience were jumping up and down, and the white women, for the most part, were shaking their heads. Now, Oprah had no reaction. She's a real journalist. But did you find that was the case where you grew up, that there was a really significant racial divide in who agreed with the verdict and who didn't?
Absolutely. Not since when 9/11 happened, when there was this really, you were walking around and everyone was just kind of looking at each other, kind of wondering, what are we are now, or what happens, or
what does this
do you
mean
feel about this? What does this mean?
Yeah.
Because we were very different after this, because it was shocking for white America to see. They also had cameras outside the courtroom. And the big thing, if you thought it was a circus inside the courtroom, outside the courtroom for all of the trial, those months, 10 months, there were people outside selling shirts and hats
and journalists. 10 deep, probably.
But people staked out there and made it their mission.
Their job
to hold up signs and be in support of O.J. Simpson. And I didn't understand this at the time, but having kind of read about things and heard and thought about it myself, you know, and even friends who are black told me that it wasn't that people were cheering because he got away with murder. They were cheering because a black man beat the system.
Agreed. Mm-hmm. No, that was the consensus from what I understand too.
On such a public
Huge.
and systemic level.
For sure. Before the verdict happened, what did you think was going to happen?
I thought he was going to be acquitted.
Yeah, why?
There was too many things that I think it was mostly because the cop, I couldn't remember his name.
Mark Furman.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, it was very real that this guy, he was a guy who was involved. He was linked to the most damning of evidence in the investigation.
Yeah.
And the fact that this guy is out there saying the words that he's saying, calling him the things that he is, that has way too much power. He's the real enemy. Everyone forgot about OJ. And they were not going to trust a thing this guy said, whether it was DNA or anything.
Yeah. I didn't give any like really deep thought into it. I did think that he probably did it, but I didn't think there was enough evidence to prove it. Or the same thing, like there was too much to potentially disprove it.
There was doubt.
There was doubt. There was reasonable doubt. So only 1 short year later, there was a civil trial. He was found liable for their death. So I guess in law, there's no definitive right and wrong, didn't do it. It's, did they do it based on the principles of law? And so the principles of criminal law require certain things, and that failed. But the requirements for civil law passed, and so he was found liable, and he was ordered to pay $33.5 million in damages. So $8.5 million in compensatory damages to the Goldman family, and $12.5 million in punitive damages to each family. They did not get all of that money, needless to say. But that case had, in extreme contrast to the initial case, no TV, radio, photos, or sketch artists. So there's no documentation beyond, I guess, the verbatims that were typed out of the trial. So it was a little less glamorous, I guess. Do you remember his book?
If I Did It... or something. What was it?
Yeah. If I Did It, Confessions of a Killer.
If I Did It, Confessions of a Killer. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was him basically saying, now I didn't do it, but if I was going to, this is how I do it.
I could have done it this way.
Chapter 6 is called The Night in Question. And you write in the book, now picture this and keep in mind that this is
purely
hypothetical. Hypothetical.
Yes.
And let's just walk through the night.
Well, first of all, this is very difficult for me to do this. It was very difficult for me because it's hypothetical. I know and I accept the fact that people are going to feel whatever way they're going to feel.
That was so mind-boggling that ever existed. But I think that was a means to make money.
That is a desperate man right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know how anybody.
Also a bulletproof, arrogant man, a person who thought he could get away with anything after he did
double
this.
jeopardy. You can only be convicted, or if you're there's so much legal jargon in this episode. I'm not good at it.
Insert trailer of Double Jeopardy starring Tommy Lee Jones.
Thank you. You can't be convicted after being not convicted.
Again, let's just say here, this is not a legal podcast.
This is not a legal podcast.
Don't come to us for accuracy, come to us for entertainment and ramblings.
Yeah. So it was canceled. It didn't actually see the light of day. But 400,000 physical copies of the original book were printed.
Oh, it's all the light of day. It did get out.
Eventually.
He just didn't make money off of it.
Right. It was leaked online in June 2007. So the 90s are over. He's living his life, I guess. I think he
lot of golf.
He keeps custody of his children.
Well, that's the thing.
And his children are still they're very young. And these days they're fairly normal. Like they're completely out of the spotlight and have their own families and nobody knows who they are or where they are.
God bless him.
Do you know why O.J. Simpson eventually went to jail?
He eventually went to jail for armed robbery. He stole sporting memorabilia that he thought was his because he had signed it from a sports memorabilia show in Las Vegas, and he got a bunch of his bodyguards and buddies together with guns and went in and robbed this memorabilia convention.
No notes on that.
He was a guy who thought he could do anything, and he did. He tried it.
He was bulletproof.
He was bulletproof.
Yep.
And there was video on this one.
Yeah.
Unlike the last one.
That's right. You should find that. Well, it's not the 90s. You don't need to find this video. Do you know how recently he died?
It's been a while. It's been about a decade, hasn't it?
Incorrect. He died April 10th, 2024.
What?
Uh-huh.
So 24. All right.
2024.
Well.
And I think we've said about everything that we would like to say about O.J. Simpson. I don't think there's too much more. However, David Zucker has something to say. O.J. Simpson was wonderfully stiff in both Capricorn 1 and The Towering Inferno. I directed him in the Naked Gun movies. Although he actually improved with each film, his acting remained a lot like his murdering. He got away with it, but no one really believed him. This has been
Dave
and Cheryl
and the 90s.
Woo!
Peter, why in the world would you want to play golf with O.J. Simpson?
Why not, Lois? He's the juice. One of the greatest football players ever. Peter, he murdered 2 people. What? He brutally killed his ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her friend, Ron Goldman. O.J. Simpson? Yes. Was this in the news?
Yes, Peter. It was all over the news.
Well, now, wait a minute. If he killed 2 people, how come he's not in jail?
He was acquitted.
Oh, well, there you go. Everything's fine. Well, Peter, it's generally believed that the jury made a mistake. You're saying all those guys in their powdery wigs and their pilgrim hats and their big, gross wives were wrong? Man, they'd have to be stupider than you are when you fart yourself awake. Hello? What? Who's there? What's going on?
Got a favorite 90s moment or topic you want us to dive into? We'd love to hear about it. If you think we got everything wrong, we'd love to hear about that too. Drop us an email at andthe90spod@gmail.com, link in the episode description, and you can be damn sure that we'll read your comments on the show. Also, if you're digging the show, please rate, comment, subscribe, and tell everyone you know to check us out. It really does make a difference. Till next time, remember, we're nostalgia for the olds and education for the youths.